So behind you, you have several characters I'm going to have here. I got Rhaegar, I've got Brightwing, I've got Uther. One of the major videos that's floating around the internet is just showing Lili face tank. And so many people are saying, oh, none of the other support characters can do that. Keep in mind, this is level 16. These are towers, right? The ability to soak damage isn't unheard of for a support character at level 16. This isn't new. This isn't bugged. This is by design. Support characters have the ability to mitigate damage. One of the other things you'll notice is I'm not going to take any talents. As you can see here, Rhaegar didn't have any problems healing through or soaking any damage. Moving into Brightwing, though, Brightwing was a little bit different. I took a couple talents. The first one, bribe, whatever. But the second one, I took Regenerative Rains, I believe, where every time I cast an ability, I also heal myself. Now, anybody who's played Brightwing knows that her ability to heal isn't more so burst damage, but rather a passive overtime healing effect that generally kind of keeps the team in the fight if nobody else is healing. Additionally, her CC is what really makes her a formidable adversary when you're playing her in the Hero League. Now you have Uther here, and Uther, once again, didn't really have any problems. It was kind of selfish with some of the heals that I could have been using with him. Keeping in mind as well, Uther does have a solid stun, so he does have a form of CC. That's his overall healing. Probably isn't exactly as high as it may have needed to be to focus down some towers, but for the most part, Uther can do exactly that without taking any talents, mind you. So I definitely didn't want to take any talents just to prove the point. Just like some of the other heroes, I'm going to show you exactly what Lili looks like here, just running in and face tanking some towers to see if she can outsoak the damage with her healing outputs in general. As you can see here, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So let's go ahead and go to the next area here. Okay, so now that you've seen that, I'm going to go ahead and show you what this looks like without the bug itself. Now, a lot of people, and I've seen them on the forums, they're actually defending this build even prior to the patch. A lot of people were still using a very, very similar build to this prior to the patch. Now, this build that I'm going to show you just kind of, it's going to skip over where the things go wrong. So let's go ahead and pick up Timeless Creature. Let's go ahead and pick up Mending Serpent, because this is where you heal for that additional 41 health each time it attacks. I'm going to avoid Lightning Serpent. Pretty much anything after this point, it's not going to highlight anything in relation to the bug itself. So I'm going to skip everything outside of here, but this is certainly something I don't want to have in there at this very moment, because I will show you that in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get into it. Pop my Cloud Serpent. As you can see here, really not losing any health. Certainly doable without the bug. Certainly easier to do with the unintended bug, but certainly doable without, especially given her toolkit. Now this is kind of interesting too, because a lot of the support characters that I showed you earlier, I didn't really go out of my way to give them any talents, and I wanted to highlight that because I wanted to prove to you that certainly being able to face tank is a viable option for a support character. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and talk about the unintended bug that's causing havoc on the forums. Alright, keeping in mind that this build was certainly being used well before anybody else started raging about it after last patch. Certainly a viable build for Lili, certainly more viable now given the unintended bug. But overpowered, we'll have to see. Okay, so let's go ahead and set it up here. Timeless Creature, increased Cloud Serpent duration, not a problem. Mending Serpent. This was working as it was before the patch, and it's still working accurately now. 41 health each time it attacks. Here's where the issue is. Lightning Serpent. Somewhere along the way, the coding was messed up to where Lightning Serpent previously did not heal you for the additional 41 health every time those 3 nearby enemy targets occurred. Now it does. So essentially, at let's say there's 1 nearby enemies, you're fighting 2 enemies. You got 1 additional enemy, you're going to heal for an additional 41 health. All right. If there's 2 nearby enemies, you're going to heal for an additional 82 health. 3 nearby enemies, best case scenario, okay, best case scenario, 3 nearby enemies, 123 HPS. And I can't even say HPS because I don't necessarily know that this attack takes place. I think it's even a little over a second, maybe like 1.25. All right. So I just want to show you something though. I said 123. Okay. People are raging. People are saying this is too much, too much Lili, too much heals. Right. I'm going to show you what a basic attack does. Now this is on Lili. Keeping in mind, I'm assuming the assassins will be much higher, and I can even do a little video of that. What is that? That's 115, 115, 115, okay? So you're telling me that a basic attack does 115 on Lili. The healing output of this bug, okay, at just 1, because keeping in mind that certainly can spread with Serpent Sidekick to 2, but we're talking about 1 character because people are saying unkillable. Unkillable when Lili's healing them, okay? This is where the bug is. She already had the toolkit for Healing Brew. She's already had that, all right? She's already had Blinding Wind. These are things that she's already had. This is new. The Lightning Serpent issue, this is the new issue that people are raging about. But Lightning Serpent isn't what is making these plays successful. This isn't it. So we have 115 damage going out. You have 123 healing going out. It's mitigating 8. You've mitigated 8 damage. That's it. That's all she's done. She's mitigating 8 damage that's going out. That's insane. So why all the rage? Why all the butt hurt? This is crazy. All right, so let me go in here. I'm gonna refresh my forts. Let's go in here. I'm just pop this on. You're gonna see this bad boy in its full effect. I'm just gonna run in here. I don't even care. Like yellow Lili. All right, you see all the 41s. Okay, this is your bounce attack. This is best case scenario. This is as good as it gets. Okay, I'm doing 115. I don't even know what these guys are going, but clearly they're winning out. They're gonna get me down if I just cast this. All right, but they run out of ammo before that's possible. All right, so we know that now. You couple this with Kung Fu Hustle. Gee whiz, can't talk. All right, you're gonna have even more healing going out, and not because it's going out faster on Lili, but because she's able to get it off on other people. But once again, you're just mitigating 1 person's basic attack. That's it. 1 person's basic attack. When has a fight been decided by just 1 person? What team fight do you know that you've played against that there's only 1 person doing damage to an individual target? And if you are you successful at winning? I don't know. I don't see the overpoweredness of this unintended bug. I get it. Blizzard wants to come out and fix it. That's cool. That's what they want to do. But I don't see the rage. You're not losing to Lili because of the unintended bug. You're not. You're losing it because your team's not coordinated. You're losing it because your tank isn't focusing correctly. Your DPS isn't focusing correctly. You're losing it because your healer might be out of position. Who knows? There's all kinds of reasons, but it certainly cannot be because of this bug and bug by itself. All those numbers, all the people putting up numbers saying, hey, I've done 80k healing without jugs. Okay? You ever watch them play? They sit in minion waves. They sit because there's no way possible you're producing that much healing in team fights. This has to be a best case scenario to make this happen. You have to be near at least 4 people to make this effective. To get the 3 additional bounce heals off that you want, that you're going to claim that's carrying your team through the fight, you have to be around that many people. It boggles my mind that people can't see that. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, I hope that you understand where I'm coming from with this unintended bug thing. There are people out there that just aren't really giving it some thought as to what it actually does in comparison to the toolkit that Lili already had available. For those of you who are interested in learning more or watching some Lili gameplay, I certainly was playing a lot of Lili before the unintended bug. I plan on continuing to play her in the future. I stream upwards of 4 to 5 times a week. If you could just send me a follow on Twitch, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you for watching the video.